My name is DeAnna Odeh from Omaha, Nebraska, and I stand before you representing my son on behalf of my husband and I. Osama is our only child. The meaning of his name is lion, and he has shown us his true strength. My husband and I were married in 2015, and we found out a few months later that we were expecting. This was the happiest time in our life, and we prayed for a happy and healthy baby. Through a high-risk pregnancy, and with the best doctors by our side, our son was born at 32 weeks, and he came out fighting. He was born with an enlarged liver, enlarged spleen, and diagnosed with hyperbilirubin anemia. He spent his first 2 months of life fighting to get off oxygen and feeding tube in the NICU. On June 13th, he was finally sent home with no answers as to why he had an enlarged liver and spleen. With Osama being a preemie, we were warned that he may be behind developmentally, and after being home, we found that he had low muscle tone and wasn't able to roll over or sit, and that he was not hitting his milestones. This is when PT first entered his life. And with me being a stay-at-home mom, I was able to focus on his therapies at home. Osama was 13 months old when he lost the ability to stand using a table. We shared this with his doctor, and that is when it was decided a full genetic panel would need to be run. 8 weeks later, on August 31st, we got the call that no parent wants to receive. Niemann-Pick Type C was the outcome of the genetic panel, and from there we began searching for answers. Fatal, progressive, and no known cure. Those were all over the information about NPC. We knew we couldn't stand by and continue to watch our son lose all of his abilities. We began an experimental treatment in February 2018 and added PT, OT, and speech to the list of his weekly therapies. Osama is almost 3 years old, and his week consists of twice-weekly sessions of PT, OT, and speech. This is not the life we imagined for our boy, and even though he is tough and goes along with his schedule, some days he just wants to play and laugh and have fun with his cousins. NPC has held Osama back in many areas. With his speech delays, he's had a difficult time playing with other children because they cannot understand him. Watching his frustration is heartbreaking. He is currently on a walker due to his poor gait. Sometimes kids are interested why he's on a walker, and sometimes they just keep clear of him. I do worry how this will affect him later in life. Osama is unable to play outdoors independently. The park is one of the hardest places for him because he just wants to play like the other kids. But NPC gave him poor gait and low muscle tone, so he's unable to climb, go up the stairs, or cross the bridge alone. There are many tasks in the home that Osama requires help with, such as dressing himself, opening doors, getting toys, getting into bed, getting on the couch, going up and down stairs, and sitting at the table still requires a booster chair. He is in constant need of assistance, and being almost 3 means he wants his independence. The negative impact of Osama's symptoms affect us on a daily basis. On his best days, he is able to play and interact with other children on his own and with our help. But on his worst days, he isn't able to play with others because he can't keep up or his walker isn't allowed. And being only 2, he doesn't understand why. Seeing his sweet, disappointed, and sad face just breaks my heart. His frustration comes to light when people are unable to understand him or communicate with him. And sometimes he just laughs and moves on, but as his mom, I can see the hurt on his face. This creates isolation, and having relationships is vital to a happy life. Over time, we realized that his poor balance and developmental delays are all related to NPC, and that without treatment, we would have been watching our son slowly fade away from us. Symptoms since starting treatment have not progressed, and his speech, gross, and fine motor skills have all greatly improved. We are so thankful to have this treatment. While it may not be a cure, it is giving him a fighting chance. Our biggest concern and fear is to lose our boy. Second to that is for him to lose himself to NPC, to lose his ability to walk, talk, eat, and eventually breathe on his own. His laughter and love for life keeps him and all of us going on a daily basis, and we will do everything in our power to help him continue to receive treatment and have the best life possible. Thank you.